What's up everyone and welcome to you on the MOONCHARTS YouTube channel. Hope that you're all doing very well as always, and today we're going to debunk the common misconceptions about Elliott Waves. So yeah, hope you're ready, and yeah, if you want to learn Elliott Wave as always, you're at the right place. But anyway, let's jump into it. So yeah, Elliott Wave as always is, if you're a trader or an investor, you have probably heard about Elliott Waves, and yeah, that's a popular technical analysis known by a lot of traders and investors worldwide. Really, it's not a very big community. And by the way, if you want to join the community, you can absolutely join the Discord server. The link is just right below in the description. You can ask some questions, share your plans, share your waves, just talk with everyone really that there was the trading with Elliott Waves, the patient really, or just like this really. Okay, but anyway, so in this video I'm going to cover and debunk really the misconceptions about what I said earlier. So yeah, let's go with this. But yeah, before, by the way, if you want to learn Elliott Wave, as I said, you can go by the way, I don't know if I said that or not, but anyway, you can go on the website mooncharts.fr. You have some very strong base there waiting for you. You have to create an account with a member upgrade, and if you want of course some more, you can just check out the plan section. But if you really go and check this out, you're going to get some very strong base on Elliott Wave. You have all my letters on this, and I'm using Elliott Wave for 5 years now. So yeah. Anyway, we're going to talk also about the experience in this video. But yeah, so first of all, Elliott Wave always follow a specific pattern. Okay, so the thing you have to understand that the market evolve and we have to adapt to it. That is very important. Okay, for example, just to give you an example, we're going to go on TradingView. Okay, and I'm gonna go, for example, bam. I'm gonna go. Where is this? I mean, yeah, for example, a wave 4. Okay, retrace normally for a regular retracement between, I mean, on the 23.6 or on the 38.2. Now the thing is, the market evolve, and so we have to adapt also to the market. And so for example, I don't know if this was the good one here. Yeah, that's a perfect one. For example, here we'll have, so that will be a wave 4, just to give you an idea. Okay, just to give you an example here. Okay, the wave 4 here normally that is a 23.6, that is the 38.2. okay, now you have to adapt to the market because it evolves, as I say. So you have to also create some new stuff, some new rules, but again, you have to make some stats on this. You don't have to create rules like this, bam. Okay, I want to do this, so I'm going to create. No, you have to follow, you have to run some stats on this. You have to make experience with a wave on the chart every single day, or maybe not every single day, but have to make a lot of experience on the chart to be able to create some few stuff like this. Okay, but you have to adapt to it. You have to adapt to it, to the market. And if this is doing something else, just adapt to the market. Okay, such as, for example, here, that is the MCF for the wave 4. This is the 31.32, and that is playing perfectly when you have some big uptrend like this for the wave 4. So yeah, that's something, for example, where you have to adapt. I'm going to also talk about next the extension for the correction waves. You have to adapt really to the market because yeah, it evolved really. Okay, so let's just come back here. So yeah, really, the market evolves and you have to adapt to it. So it's not following always the specific. It's not going to follow always a specific pattern. For example, the theory is not the practice. That's something also very important to understand, because yeah, the theory, for example, you're going to learn. Let's take a leading. Okay, I'm gonna go on the chart again to show you a bit this. If you take, for example, a leading. Okay, so let's zoom out a bit here. You know, we are on the very low of Bitcoin, where, for example, I've been able to catch a week of the week here. I'm still in, by the way. And for example, here that is, bam, by using Elliott Wave and MOONCHARTS, by the way, for the long trade, not only Elliott Wave. But anyway, so here, for example, what you're going to learn for a leading is this. You're going to learn a wedge. Okay, so wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A clear wedge like this to the upside. That, again, the theory. It's never the same for the practice. It can be the same. It can look like this, and this is what is going to happen most of the time. But you have to get some more rare case, if you can say this. And this is something you're going to learn just by you're just going to practice on the chart. Is something very important with your wave. And yeah, you really have to make your experience to recognize a different shape, because sometimes you can get some different shades, such as this is a leading. Okay, that's a leading here on the right. That is a theory you're going to learn, but that is also a leading you're going to get on the chart. Okay, so bam, wave 2, wave 3 here, wave 4 here, and the wave 5 here. Okay, does it look the same? Absolutely not. But is it still the same pattern at the end? Yes. So you have really to be aware of that. Okay, next one, a bigger wave 1, bigger wave 2, and here we go, pump it up. Okay, so yeah, that's something very important to understand, that the theory is not the practice. Practice is a bit different. That's why you have to make your experience with Elliott Wave on the chart. You have to really practice again and practice again on the chart to really make your experience, to see the different shape we can get. And this only comes by experience. You cannot know this if you just learn the theory. Okay. But anyway, now I made it a bit complex, okay, but it's absolutely not. So yeah, that's the second part here. Elliott Wave is too complex for beginners. No, that's not true, okay. It seems intimidating at first, but it's actually a very accessible technical analysis for traders and investors of all levels. Like really, you just have to make your experience where you learn the theory. That's not too long to do, to be honest with you. And then you just have to go on the chart and practice. And it's not too complex for beginners. No worries about this. And the thing is, yeah, there are plenty of resources available online to help you learn the basics of Elliott Wave and more advanced, by the way, of stuff of Elliott Waves, such as, for example, more complex pans, all of this. And yeah, there are so many trading platforms, so by the way, that offer tools that make it easy to implement, such as TradingView. Okay, so TradingView, bam, here you have, for example, the impulsive here, you have everything in there. You have the impulsive, the 1 to 5 year impulsive leading or ending, whatever, the triangles, double XY extends here, the double XY here, the ABC for the flat or zigzag. You have everything here clearly, and you have the fibs. Also, it's very important to use the fibs, okay, to find the retracement, the what we can bounce, where we can bounce, where is the extension, where is the targets of the extension here. All of this you have to use Fibonacci in addition to this, okay. But it's not that complex. It's always the same. It's just going to be maybe sometimes some different shape, but it will be always the same otherwise, okay. Of course, sometimes the market evolves, so we have to adapt to the market, but it's gonna be the same for a very long period, okay. So yeah, it's intimidating, but it's not too complex. Everyone can do it. Okay. And as I said, you have some resources available online, not necessarily on my website, okay. You can get some other resources somewhere, some other place, absolutely fine, but you have a lot of resources available online. Now the thing is, be careful a bit where you find the resources, because there are some websites that are giving some wrong rules, they're giving some very old stuff, and as I say, the market evolves and we have to adapt to the market, okay. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. So third one is Elliott Wave is only for long-term traders. That's not true. Once again, if you use it good, then it can be used on every time frame. Okay, yeah, because it's also a valuable TA for short-term traders. Like, really, this is crazy. Just to give you an example, this is how you can trade the market when you use Elliott Wave. Of course, I'm using not only Elliott Wave, you have to do also something else, because only using Elliott Wave you cannot trade like this. Okay, you have to use something else to be able to trade like this. But for example, you can trade every single highs and lows of the market. Okay, like really every single high, and then for example here that was a long trade here. Then if you another one that be turned into a swing trade, for example. This is how we can trade the market when you use Elliott Wave good. Okay, so even for this is not the bigger time frame, right? This is the 5-minute time frame, and you can still trade this good. You're going to make some different scenarios with some different pans, and you just trade these scenarios and adapt to the market really, once again, and by also trading direction from the order flow. So for example, I'm using this right here, that's an order flow, for example. Bam. So you have the order flow like this. You have the order flow here on the left right here. Okay, we can see what's happening behind the market. You can see where people are shorting, where people are longing. Do you have absorption? What is the open interest saying? What the amount you have in the account? Everything, the path control of the account. You have the imbalances. You have the DOM right here on the right, where you can see limits. You can see tons of information here. Where on your Elliott Wave turrets, you're going to be able to make decisions if you have or not to take a trade. That's absolutely key for me to trade like this. Just trade. If you want to trade like this, you will have to learn something else on Elliott Wave, but Elliott Wave is still very powerful to give you the next move. Okay, I'm really using Elliott Wave to give me the next move, and then XOCharts to just trade the targets and trade the next move I plan. That's only, yeah, that's why you can predict the future with Elliott Wave, and then you just have to trade the next the direction really. Okay, on your target you have plan with the XOCharts. The only thing you have to do that can give some very insane yeah, it looks like you're in the market really. Like really, this is insane. But yeah, there are many successful day traders that use Elliott Wave to identify short-term patterns and make quick trades based on market movements, really. So yeah, that's really something important. And I mean, yeah, you have the proof in front of you. Like you can really trade take some credit trades. You have to plan some different scenarios, up, down, and sideways. Once you have the need to plan the targets, and once you have the need, you have to read the XOCharts or the flow, okay, and to make decisions based on direction. Make a decision if you have or not to take a trade. This is simple like that, but once again, it's very complex. I know the flow is not easy to learn, and you'll have to make again your experience with this trading. All about experience. You have to make your experience in trading if you want to become successful. Okay, that's very important. If you don't make experience, it's like everything, you know, you become better when you make your experience, right? If you want to get a job, for example, you're make experience, you're going to be better. Okay, it's the same in trading, it's the same in than for a drop, for example. Okay. Anyway, so let's move on the next one here. Elliott wave is always accurate. People are going to say, hey, Elliott wave is here because it's accurate. It's all the time accurate. It can only be accurate. It cannot just not be accurate. That's something absolutely false. It can be very accurate, but again, once more, if it's done only correctly. Okay. Elliott wave is only accurate if done correctly. That's very important to understand that. Most of the people are going to use Elliott wave, but use it bad, and so it's not going to be correct at the end, and so of course it's not going to be accurate. Okay, that's really important to understand that, and that's why a lot of people are stopping to use Elliott wave because they're not using that good, and so it's not accurate, and so they're like, okay, it's not accurate, so I'm not using that, but it is if you use that good. I can tell. I mean. Just give again the example, but I mean this is very accurate, right? Like very accurate. You can plan the next move, for example, on Bitcoin. Just to give you an idea, if you're pay attention to the updates and everything here on the YouTube channel. Okay, this for example is wave 2. That's a wave 2. Okay, we'll have here, if you as always pay attention to the wave 2. Wave 2 I have 73%. I mean that's more likely. Wave 2 can also be something else, but now looks a bit more like a wave 2. We'll have some difference in our spam. As always, wave 2 has 73% chance. So the most probable target to stop between the 50 and the 61866%. Where would it stop? Between the 50 and 61866%. It's how we have been able to along the bottom, for example. And all plan when it was on the very top. So the most probable was from here to retrace down here. And from here, get a rise for the wave 3. Okay, that's it. And same here, for example, we have a clear 5 ways. Most likely theory, for example, here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The wave 2 again have more chance to stop between the 56, 1866%. You place your fib from the top to the bottom, from the bottom to the top, as well depend where. If you reverse your total, where do we stop? Between the 56, 1866%, where we have 73% chance to stop. So it's only accurate if done correctly. Okay, that's very important to understand that. As always, yeah, trading can be 100% accurate, but it will not most of the time, and Elliott wave trading is not an exception. Okay, and the other thing you have to know is some fib targets are not as accurate as others. Okay, that's why Elliott wave seems not accurate for some people, because first they're not using that good, and otherwise because there are some fibs that are not that accurate. For example, as you go back on the chart here, let's go on the 15 minutes. Just to give you an idea. Okay, so this move to the downside, that's a correction. Okay, that's a correction to the downside, and next we take the high. Okay, so if that's a correction, we have to pull the extension tool from the top to the bottom to the top right here. Okay, that the first target is going to be a 618. Do we hit it to the dollar? No. Why? Because you have to adapt to the market change, and you have to find some fibs. Okay, for example, there are some fibs I'm running some stats on where markets stop most of the time when you hit the 618, for example. Okay, so you have to really adapt to the market and to just, and this is for example here again, if you pull, by the way, where was this? It was maybe not here, I don't know, I can't remember. Yeah, for example here again, bam, test against here, we stop here. You see, you have to adapt to the market. That is very important to do this. And just to know, the 618 of an extension for a correction is not that accurate, for example, as a 120 extension or the 1823 or the 1618. Okay, that is something also to be aware of. And this can only be, you can only be aware of this if you make experience. Okay, you just have to practice and make your experience. See with the basic rules you learned what is the difference here, what you can maybe improve, and run some stats on this. And if it's not working, just remove and ban this rule. Do not create some rules because you want to create some rules. Create some rules because it's working. Okay, run some stats, run some stats. If the stats are good, then in that case you can create this. Okay, that's very important to understand. So this, because I see a lot of people trying to create some rules. It will be like this. A triangle can be like this. It can be here. No, a triangle is a triangle. Run some stats on the triangle. Can't say, hey, it can be like this because I want it to be like this. Okay, that's very important. But yeah, just to come back here, some fibs target are not as accurate as others. That's very important, such as the 618 of the extension tool for a correction wave, for example. Okay, so yeah, but it can be really accurate, but it's not always the case, always true. You have to understand that with this. Okay, for example, we have been able to plan the 6th of November. Okay, that is here. And what is the 6th of November here? Okay, well, the 6th of November here is the top before the drop. As you can see here, this is the 6th of November here on the very low. You can see the 6th of November here. We have planned this 6th of November a month in advance, and on the 6th of November we drop, and this was the most expected. Okay, the more like expected. Then we have planned the 29th of December, and the 29th of December here you can see is exactly the bottom before the bigger rise. I mean, not the very, very low, but this is a bottom here before the big push to the upside. So once more, Elliott wave is only accurate if done correctly. Okay, and same for the target. For example, here, the top right there, we have been able to plan this top right here almost to the dollar 1 month in advance because Elliott wave is used good. Okay, that's it really. If you use that good, it's accurate. If you don't use it good, it's not accurate. And there are some fibs that are not all the time as accurate as others, such as the 618 of the extension tool for the correction wave. Okay, and of course sometimes it will be not that accurate because yeah, trading is like this. Okay, you have trading is never 100% accurate. It can be very, very accurate sometimes, but sometimes not. That's trading. Okay, that's something you have to understand. But anyway, that's all for me. So if you have some questions, really feel free. It's a pleasure to answer. You'll write some comments down below. So if you want to, that can help a lot the community to grow, and that can help. That's just a bit reward for me. And if you want to yeah, so by the way, smash the like, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. This is very, 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 very important. It's a big reward of my work. So thank you so much if you do it. And yeah, you go and check out the links right below in the description. You have the Discord server, the website, everything. Please, so if you want to get a community here, where we use Elliott wave, not only Elliott wave, as you can see, we use also the order flow here to make decisions, trading decisions here. We use only Elliott wave. We use something else in addition to it. But yeah, if you want to get some very, very good TAs on Elliott wave, if you want to learn and everything, you're at the right place. I'm using Elliott wave for 5 years, as I said, and I can make a lot of experience. And for example, this kind of fib where before I just show you know the wave 4 here, it was that wave 4 here that bounced exactly from the fib we created here. We're able to create this kind of stuff because yeah, I'm a day trader. I'm trading every single days except the weekend, and so I'm making a lot of experience in the chart and for 5 years. So I can, yeah, I'm making some changing rules, but yeah, it's because it's working, right? Okay, but anyway, as always, if you want to get some more content, some more of us, you can go to MOONCHARTS, their website. You will get everything you need in here for Elliott wave and Elliott charts, by the way, both. And yeah, if you want to just come for free, it's absolutely free. If you want to come for free, you have some very, very strong base waiting for you on the website. Yep, on the website here, just to show you really quickly. Right here, you have to go on the MOONCHARTS.if website. You have to create an account in the plan section with a member grade or whatever grade you want. You have to go in the course section right here in your Elliott wave free course if you come for free, and you will get all the basics of Elliott wave, but like that, even more, by the way, that's going to give a very, very strong base. Here you have the basic about Elliott wave, so to speak, what is Elliott wave, you have to understand about Elliott wave. Then Elliott wave number 2, Fibonacci relation. Here we cover really the impulsive, the targets of the impulsive, how to place the Fibonacci extension, how to place the Fibonacci retracement, what target you have to use, what are the probability of this, everything. And then once you are done with the Fibonacci relation and also with the correction there, we can also see how to place the extension tool on the correction or the retracement tool on the correction waves. Then you just move on the first correction patterns. Once you see the most basic stuff, really, if you can say, as it's still a bit complex, you have some few. I mean, and train's not easy. That's first of all, but then you come on the first correction wave, the ABC pattern. So ABC flat and ABC zigzag. ABC zigzag is the most easiest and most common pattern you're going to get on the market, and so you start your learning with some easy pattern and a bit more complex, but still part of the ABC. This is an ABC also. This is a different ABC, but it's an ABC like this, both at the same place. And yeah, of course, if you want to get some more, you have some more here in the Elliott wave section for VIP and apprentice, where you have really everything, every single path. You also have the RSI, how to find the waves thanks to the RSI. How can this help you? I'm not training the RSI, but I'm using the RSI to find my waves. And you have some quiz on every single path. So you have all of this here. This is not a crazy big course, you know. You have no crazy hours and hours to watch. You have just what you need to know, and you have some quiz next to test your knowledge. And next, you just have to make your experience on the chart. That's it, really. And if you have some question, you can join this call. Ask me some questions. And you, of course, have the Elliott charts course also. If you're in the course, Elliott charts here, you, of course, have all the Elliott charts course right here, so to speak, how to read an order flow, how to make some trading decisions. How can you make some trading decisions? You just have to read this, and you're able to make some. Okay, that's simple as that, really. But anyway, yeah, that's all from me for today. So I really hope you enjoyed. As I said before, don't forget to smash that like, subscribe to the channel to turn notifications if you enjoy the content here, if you enjoy these kind of videos too. And yeah, I catch you all tomorrow, maybe. Yeah, tomorrow, by the way, for the daily update on Bitcoin at 10 AM GMT+1. And otherwise, see you all later on the Discord server, or maybe on another update. I don't know. Anyway, have a brilliant day. Take care. Good luck in your learning. And if you want to learn, you're at the right place. Anyway, have a nice day. Take care. Cheers.